So this is Teasing Georgia from David Austin, and it's a climbing rose. It's gotten kind of big. I have been taking the black spot off of them, but I'm at a point where I think I just want to cut them all the way down so that they kind of look like that. Am I my mess? Sweeping. And this one looks like it. Ow! This one looks like it got bent, but we'll just cut it. That's what happens. They get so big, and you want to let them get. You want them to flower. So unfortunately, because they're climbing rose, they end up getting really leggy and crawling all over each other. So I am going to cut it down, like I said, like that, looking for an outward bud, which isn't always easy. I may have to go back later and try to figure out. You can tell from when if there's a leaf still left on the bottom, then that's going to go that way, and I kind of want it to go that way, out. So you can kind of tell that that's going to go out, so I'm going to cut it right there. I've already started cutting some of this already. Oops, there it goes over there. And then what I will do is once it starts to really grow, I'm going to then, see, that's going to just go, it's got black spot on it. That's the good thing about it. Once it gets black spot, you can kind of just sort of blow them off, or they peel off easily, much more than you could with a viable nice leaf. So that looks like where the bud is, so that's good enough. I'll do that. And then that's on the inside. That one might work right there. Cut that off. What else? Okay, there's a big stalk there, so I've got to cut that somewhere. This is thorny. I should be wearing much better gloves. Okay, right there. You can almost see where there's a break right there, so that'll work. Put that there. So it's drastic, but I'm kind of sick of like having no leaves on the bottom. That's mostly my issue, is that I've had to take off all the leaves, and so might as well just start off fresh and just. Okay, so that can go that way. I'd rather have it go. Let's cut it here. Or no, wait, even better. Let's cut it down here. We don't want any crisscrossing, or you want to avoid crisscrossing foliage. I hope you can see what I'm doing, because it's not focusing. Not really focusing. Okay. Yeah, so we've got some new foliage there. I'll cut that off too. There. And then we'll go back. If it's not right, it'll start to kind of push. See if it like that, it'll push out some more foliage right there. And yeah, that looks a lot better. All right, and then get rid of all the leaves, and then I'll start being a little bit better about, because you can't fix any of the bad leaves. They're not going to get better. They're just going to eventually fall off. But any new growth you want to spray, so you want to do it at least every week. I did these last night, but there's a lot of foliage on it, so I'll probably do it again tonight and just coat these stalks, and that'll be a nice start for these guys. And then we'll go back and we'll revisit it later on. So you can see, here's one I just cut. Sorry. Here's the one. So all the new foliage was nice. It had flowers on it. Or it was about to have a flower on it. Had a bud on it. But all the bottom leaves look terrible. There's the rest of the right there. You know, and that was my fault. We also have had a lot of rain, and on the days we didn't get rain, we had like super high humidity, like 100% humidity. And it was just like soup out here. So that doesn't help. And if you don't preventative spray, this is what happens. And you know, they weren't horrible, but I'll show you a batch that was horrible that I've started to kind of like clean up a little bit. So yeah, so we'll make sure that I did it properly, and that these will start shooting out right there. I'll start shooting that way. I think it looks, I know it looks drastic, but I think it looks great. All right, we'll keep going. Now here's another Teasing Georgia climbing rose. You can see that it's starting to kind of come back, and it's got some beautiful flowers up at the top, kind of debating whether I want to do this one, but you can see it still has a lot of icky leaves, which is not happening down here. I really want it to look a little bit fuller. So my thought is that I'm just going to take some of it down, like there. Maybe put this part right here so it's a little bit more built on the bottom. I'll go back and look and see if I cut it in the right spot, but I'm just giving you an idea of what I'm doing. So you can see where flowers way up here. And it doesn't look awful. Of course, this is dead. That's gotta go. Maybe I'll cut that part out. And then hopefully it will regenerate, because what I'm trying to do is get foliage down here like some of those are like. This is another good contender. This one's not as bad. This one was one I actually kept inside. The bunnies were eating it, so I saved it from the bunnies. It was pretty chopped down, and it looks way better. I don't think I sprayed it, but it wasn't getting watered overhead, which does help too. So I think I might just leave this one the way it is. There are worse ones out here. There's some foliage there. So maybe right here, I'll cut, even though it's got beautiful buds on it, but I think that it's a good idea. I just cut this one too. So, like that. So I wanted to show you this rose. This is Florentina Amber Rose from Kordes. So their series of climbing roses is called Amber Rose, and you can see the difference. Even though they have a little bit of spotting, the foliage itself is actually much thicker, and I think it keeps it from getting black spot like the other ones. This one probably got a little burnt at one point, but generally it's a pretty clean looking rose. Sadly, the people I get my roses from only does this one red rose, which is, as you can see, gorgeous, but red doesn't sell as well as pinks and peaches and all of that, so I'm kind of disappointed that they don't do more. But yeah, that series of all the Kordes roses are superior roses. I don't know what it is. It's a breeder out of Germany, and I'm just really impressed with them. The other rose I love, but it's not a climber. Well, they do have climbers actually. Is the True series. So True, what's it called again? True, I'll find it. They are really good. They are really much better as far as like warding off black spot. So these are the ones I cut back. It's only been a couple of days. They haven't done much growing yet, but this one's not bad. So as a side note, check this one out. This one is called, I don't remember, let me look. Sunbelt Plum Perfect. Did get a little bit of black spot, but not bad. The foliage isn't as bad as some. Maybe it just got a little dry in a pot. But the color of this is amazing. So pretty. It's got new buds. So that should be really pretty in a couple of weeks. Or maybe just in a week, I don't know. But we'll check on these. This one looks like it's got a little bit more growth. And now I'm trying to remember, did I spray these? But I'm gonna have to spray them at least like once a week as the new foliage comes on, to kind of like, make sure that they stay clean. But there's no real awful leaves on them anymore. So this will give them a whole new chance. Look at that, it's starting to grow. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be good. So I ended up cutting about 8 of them. You can see they're starting to have a little bit more growth, and there's almost there's a bud on that one. Right there. These are the other ones. This one's got a lot more growth. I don't know if I left it this one. I guess I must have, but you can see some growth coming on right there. So I bet you like in another like a week or so, if we get some warm weather. It's been cool at night, kind of warm during the day, in the 70s, but they'll start to kind of like get some nice new growth, and they'll start to look like $100,000. No, they'll look like they did in the spring, which is all we can ask for. So here's a look of how The roses are 2 weeks later. Today is the 15th, and I did it back on December 1st. So exactly 2 weeks, and this is how they look. There's a couple over here too. I think I did only 8 of them. Some are bigger than others, but so this one's already got a bud on it. But the foliage is very clean. Started to have some leaves on the bottom. That one's lovely. Oh, this one I didn't even notice. This one has a flower on it. Which is this one? This is, I think it's Harlow Car. Nope, Gabriel Oak. Look how much better they look. Oh my God. Where's that rose is? Showing you the other day. Beautiful. That one is, why do I have a brain fart every time? So it's Sunbelt Plum Perfect. It's too many words. This one's starting to come and go by. And then this one is just starting. So pretty. Such a neat color. I mean, you don't find that color in a lot of roses. From here it looks like it's pink, but it's really lavender in real life. It's really gorgeous. So anyways, I'm pretty excited about how these look now. I might move them out because they'll get a little more sun out in the normal spot that they all go to. But they're pretty happy right here. So that's the result of my rose experiment. Not really an experiment, but there's a shoot going right there too. Maybe they would look a lot better, but I should have done it sooner. But next year I'll make sure they get fungicided a little bit better, more regularly, maybe like at least once a week when we start getting a lot of rain, to sort of prevent all that from happening. All right, well, I'll talk to you guys later.